I'm very sure most of you are aware that the formation of ASEAN itself mainly is to focus on the development, particularly on the economic development of the region, back almost 5 decades ago. Today, as a region, we have emerged from a developing region, developing countries, into one of the most promising, fast developing region. We can see how Malaysia, as an emerging nation, have performed over the past 2-3 decades as a strong economy. And obviously, we can see now, due to several geopolitical challenges, I wouldn't say crises, but challenges, today we cannot run away from the spillover effects. We cannot run away from competition among superpowers. That which is also debatable, because very often people ask, and it's very general itself, when we have several border dispute within a region, very often, because of that principle, it becomes a barrier for ASEAN to come in and solve these problems. Of course, this remains an open debate and discussion for everyone until today. This is very important so that the region can continue to progress as a strong economic bloc, as well as it's also our shared responsibility to uphold and protect the security of our population in the region. Because back in 1970s, early 70s, if not mistaken, 71, we already introduced ZOFAN, Zone of Peace, Neutrality and Freedom. Imagine back then in the 70s, we have already thought of the potential threat. We can never run away from war, be it in any region. But to maintain peace and stability in the region, it's not about the superpower. It's not about US, it's not about China. It's about us. But we don't want to be drawn into the power race. That is more important. One of the key challenges is that today, basically we have almost forgotten the core principle of ZOFAN and the core principle of formation of ASEAN. Are we really still united? Are we really neutral nowadays, or not taking side? Because in ASEAN itself, 10 member states nowadays, we also have separate national interests. In the past, I remember we had the slogan, One ASEAN, that to emphasize the importance of unity. We also have key slogan on ASEAN unity and so on. But today we are no longer into that. That's why I think it's very important and crucial for ASEAN leaders to really sit together, be honest, be truthful, and discuss. This is why every year ASEAN has the summit. ASEAN can accept Timor-Leste. That means we are not elitists, right? The reason why are willing to accept Timor-Leste is the shared responsibility, as I said, to develop the region as a whole. Secondly is what Ambassador did mention about the awareness of the youth. I think besides unity, what the core principle that we should look forward and strengthen is the inclusivity. So that is the very important agenda that ASEAN should really uphold. Because this region, we are not fully developed yet. Like what Ambassador said, we are still work in progress. So there are core capacity building that we need to focus. For example, what Malaysia, again, I have to speak on behalf of Malaysia, our focus now as a chair on ASEAN Power Grid. How we want to connect the region, the energy transition, make sure all countries in the region has sufficient energy supply in the future. Not now, but 10 years, 20 years, 30 years down the line. So these are the agenda that ASEAN leaders should look into it through two principles that I mentioned, unity and inclusivity.